As the tornado approached, the father took his children into the bathtub, but his daughter insisted he go find the cat. Reluctantly, he returned to the living room, where the kitten was hiding under the couch, just out of reach. At that moment, the tornado struck, ripping the house apart. At dawn, firefighters arrived to find the house reduced to rubble. The cat was unharmed, but the children were missing.
Nico, Ada, can you hear me?
Again?
It's Dad! Say something, please!
Did you hear that?
That's Ada. That's my daughter.
Determined, the captain crawled into the ruins and found the two children safe. Just then, the house collapsed again. Despite desperate calls from the team, no response came.
Okay, nobody's hurt. Coming out to you.
The two children were miraculously rescued. Their father embraced them, only to suddenly collapse. Upon examination, his internal organs were severely damaged. His love for his children had kept him going. Despite their best efforts, they couldn't save him.
Daddy?
The captain swiftly ordered the children to be taken aside.
Come on, let's go check it.
Why didn't he say something?
He wanted to save his kids.
The boy just glanced up at the sky. A crow dropped dead. He froze in terror. Had he awakened some supernatural power? Then another crow fell. That's when an eerie rustle came from the bushes behind him. He mustered courage to shout. No one knew a looming catastrophe was approaching. The elementary school near the toxic fog remained eerily calm when the boy appeared, clutching his arm, claiming he'd encountered a monster.
Monsters aren't real.
They are so... It burned me!
Seeing the horrific wounds, the principal still refused to believe him, dismissing it as playground violence, until 911 dispatch called. Major hazard reported near campus. Immediate evacuation ordered. A freight train had derailed and exploded. Toxic chlorine gas was leaking. 18 minutes until it would engulf the school. The EMT instantly recognized the handprint. The boy claimed it was left by a monster.
She had bloody eyes and was covered in white.
How do you know it was a she?
Her dress.
She realized that monster was none other than the missing TV hostess. Earlier, the reporter had ignored warnings to get closer for better footage, only to be caught in an explosion and disappear. The toxic gas had mutated her into this grotesque creature, her mere touch leaving corrosive burns on the boy's skin. Now the deadly fog crept toward the school. After evacuating everyone, the EMTs raced back for the barely alive reporter. A skeletal hand suddenly grabbed one EMT's ankle. They'd found the hostess, but the poison cloud surrounded them, forcing the group to barricade themselves in an empty classroom. They soaked towels and clothes to seal the windows, then began CPR. The hostess's shallow breathing turned to bloody foam. She was beyond saving. With her last breath, she asked if the boy survived.
Yes. Because you warned him. You saved him.
She smiled faintly and slipped away. A 2-meter-long serpent crept toward the baby, who kept shaking a toy, oblivious to the danger. The parents were still enjoying their date night 10 kilometers away. At the critical moment, the mother finally spotted the threat on the baby monitor.
Oh my god, call 911!
Firefighters arrived swiftly and smashed the door open. Luckily unharmed, the baby was immediately scooped up by rescuers. The female firefighter swiftly trapped the serpent under a plastic storage bin.
I think I pooped.
The parents rushed in just then.
Where's Danielle?
The parents had dared to leave because the nanny was watching the baby, yet no one had seen the nanny since their arrival. When they entered the basement, a chilling sight awaited them. The unconscious nanny lay surrounded by a dense mass of writhing snakes. Firefighters used dry ice fire extinguishers to disperse the serpents, then carried the comatose woman out. A man convulsed on the ground, clutching live wires, while a woman savagely beat him with a wooden pole. Rescuers demanded why she attacked him. The wire wasn't live. A firefighter stifled laughter. Earlier, the woman found the man twitching violently, gripping exposed wires. Panicking, she grabbed a wooden pole but failed to pry the wire loose. When he began foaming at the mouth, she desperately battered his body. The man released the wire only after she struck his hand. She then called police. Medics found no electric burns, but severe arm wounds and multiple broken ribs.
Did somebody hit this guy?
I mean, I had to. He was clutching onto the wire, and there was nothing else that I could do.
Wait, if he was holding on to a live wire, how come his hands aren't burned?
The man had suffered an epileptic seizure.
He's got a medical alert medallion.
His epilepsy.
He wasn't electrocuted. He's post-ictal. Let's get him on a backboard. Give him D50 to get him hydrated.
He was having a seizure?
Sure seems that way.
Oh my god, I beat an epileptic.
With a 2x4.
The guilt-stricken woman helped carry him to the ambulance. The big truck suddenly braked at an intersection, causing the car behind to fail to stop and rear-mount the truck. The truck driver, absorbed in singing, didn't notice the collision and dragged the car for several kilometers. The girl in the back seat, stunned, quickly called for rescue. Due to the angle, the truck driver didn't realize the accident. Firefighters urgently stopped the truck and immediately put out the fire. After removing the car's windshield, they rescued the girl in the back seat. The female driver in the front seat was severely injured, with multiple open fractures and excessive blood loss. The girl in the back seat offered to donate blood as she had type O.
Taylor, field transfusion's risky for both of you, you understand?
Just trying to help my friend.
Get the transfusion kit.
Kat, you're not seriously thinking of doing a person-to-person. I mean, protocols.
If we follow protocol, she's gonna be gone before we get her out of this car.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Tina.
Damn it.
Wait, I got a nut tick.
Perhaps, hearing her friend's call, the woman regained consciousness.
Your friend just saved your life.
This is true friendship. A blood-covered dog barked fiercely at two girls trembling on a car roof. They had climbed up after the dog suddenly started chasing them as they got off the school bus. Strangely, the dog didn't jump onto the car despite being able to. A firefighter suggested using a tranquilizer, but the captain stopped him, noticing the dog showed no real aggression.
That's not a scary dog. That's a dog that's scared.
Nah, it's plenty scary.
All right. When I say so, you guys move around quietly, slowly, get those kids. Not until I tell you.
He approached it barehanded, distracting the dog while the team rescued the girls. That's when the captain noticed fresh human blood on the dog. Suddenly, it broke free and ran off. Sensing something was wrong, the captain led his team to follow the dog. The team couldn't understand when their captain had mastered dog language. They soon discovered a man trapped under a harvester, his legs caught in the machinery.
Help me.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Everyone then realized the dog had been seeking help to save its owner. A man was trapped under a harvester, his legs caught in the machinery.
Help me.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
His loyal dog sought help, leading firefighters to the scene. The man explained he was just lubricating the machine when it suddenly collapsed. After the harvester was lifted, he was safely pulled out. However, the team medic found his lower leg cold and numb. Blood flow had been cut off due to prolonged pressure. To save his leg, the medic decided to perform an emergency incision.
If something happens to me, can one of y'all call my son, ask him to pick up Peanut?
We promise.
Don't worry, boy. He's in good hands.
With skilled hands, the medic relieved the pressure, successfully preserving the man's leg. Overjoyed, the man grinned like a child while the dog excitedly ran over, licking him all over. One firefighter expressed concern about hygiene, but was met with collective eye rolls from the team. Dogs are undeniably the most loyal friends of humans. Whether you're a dog lover or not, remember to treat every dog kindly.